Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why I'm fully committing to switching to Linux finally. And I know I said a few videos ago when I was talking about Linux that I wasn't going to be switching to it because I've already invested so much time and effort into my Windows machine. That was kind of not true because, to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff I've installed is just audio plugins and Steam games. And that's kind of it, which can be very easily installed again. Will it be a little bit of a hassle? Yes, but will the hassle be worth it because of how dog shit Windows is and how much system resources it takes up? Also, yes. Like, Windows is absolutely terrible, and there were some people like disliking my videos saying that Windows 11 sucks. I don't get how people can think that Windows 11 is a good operating system. I'll just be frank with you. Like, it is slow as all get out, and the modern features that they add are like the worst ever. And the way that Microsoft pushes their own services down your throat is disgusting. And they also display ads in like the command center, whatever the fuck it's called, the start menu, I think it's called. And it's annoying. Like, why is this in an operating system that costs like $100 to get a license for? It's ridiculous. And the fact that Linux is free and it doesn't have any of these stupid ass pop-ups. It doesn't feel like it's actually getting in your way. It doesn't actually hog that much system storage and stuff like that. And it's free is insane. And I'm glad it's free, don't get me wrong. But again, it should be like the other way around. So yeah, it's just insane to think about how dog shit Windows is, which is why I'm just going to be switching to Linux. And that's where you guys come into play, because I've used Linux before. I have Bazzite installed on an external drive, but I plan on getting rid of that and then just backing up my Windows system to that drive, and instead just maybe installing a new distro service, and that's where you guys come into play. I've heard that Arch Linux is pretty good. I've heard that Linux Mint is pretty good, and I've used Bazzite before. The reason why I don't maybe want to use Bazzite again is because generally the support for Bazzite is not nearly as extensive as for Arch and Mint because they're way, way, way more popular. And also just generally, I've heard that Arch is maybe a little bit more customizable. I do like KDE Plasma though. I think that's like a great jumping off point for adding and customizing a lot of new stuff on Linux. And I do like KDE Plasma. So yeah, I don't know. Again, that's where you guys come into play. If you guys have used Arch Linux or Linux Mint or even Bazzite, which again is kind of uncommon, but if you've used any of those before, please give me your thoughts on what you felt about using them and customizing them and all that. I've heard that Arch Linux is a kind of a pain in the ass to install and customize, but once you get it done, and honestly, there will be some hassle, but once you get it done, it's worth it. So I've heard that. I've installed Bazzite before. It's very, very easy. And honestly, it's extremely easy setting it up as well. So I've experienced in that. And I've also heard that Linux Mint is also pretty easy to install and pretty easy to use. Probably even more easy to use than Bazzite. So yeah, again, you can also recommend like other distros. I'm not like limiting it to those three. But yeah, just recommend me some because again, I don't know if I will just go with Bazzite again, just because again, the support for it is not nearly as extensive. There's not nearly as many like forum posts and stuff like that as there is with, Arch and Mint because they're way more popular. But besides that, that is basically it. Again, the main reason why I'm switching to Linux is because Windows 11 just sucks absolute ass. I mean, Windows 10 wasn't great, but at least it sort of worked and it didn't push a lot of Microsoft shit nearly as extensively down your throat, because oftentimes, I don't know if anybody else gets this, but sometimes when I log into Windows, other people, like in my friend group, or not friend group, but just other of my friends have said that this hasn't been happening to them, but it has been happening to me, and I've seen it happen to other people as well. But I've experienced that when I've logged into Windows and just booted up my system, sometimes it'll say to finish setting up your PC when I already have 10 other times. But Windows wants you to use their services so goddamn bad, it keeps trying to sell you Microsoft Office 365 and all that bullshit. And it's like, no, stop showing me this. Stop like preventing me. Stop shoving it in my face saying, hey, download this shit, instead of just letting me use my operating system, which is what it should be used for. What it should be. Yeah. But yeah, besides that, that is basically going to be it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.